I consider Basket Case to be a very strange movie. Siamese brothers go out on their revenge missions for the doctors who have separated them against their will. This movie is a very strange, bizarre movie, and it shows basically the loving relationships between brothers, both their advantages and their disadvantages. It's very strange too because one wants to be in a normal life and one wants to be accepted. It's hard to imagine. The only kind of complaint I have is how does a deformed, twisted glob of silly putty or Play Doh go around killing people? Like, how is that possible? I don't know, and it's a very strange one too that had at least two sequels. It's a very strange movie that even I would recommend because it has a very dark ending. And most of these 80s movies do have dark endings, and I kind of like that. I like 80s movies that they definitely have some balls that the original movies originally were. Balls to the wall, everybody dies, there's no happy ending. That's a tough thing to follow, and I'm definitely one of the fans of it. Yeah, I mean, let's face it. Can I even speak to this here? I mean, the mother died while they while she was giving birth, and the father basically rejected the kids. And then when they were separated, let's just face it, the doctors deserved it. They deserved to die. Like, they didn't want to get separated. They wanted to stay together. And I think that's what made them so unique. There's bizarre twists on this movie, but it's like I never looked at the sequels, but I've only looked at this one today, and it's a very strange movie. The fact that this Play-Doh thing with big giant claw-like bear hands and this big piranha mouth could even do these types of acts. And I'm surprised about it. Most of the time you see the creature inside a picnic basket because he doesn't want him to go inside and cause havoc. But not only that, keeps it more of a secret for him. And they've been keeping the secret since they were like, well, kids. And the fact that they died in New York City, falling off the hotel building, a cheap one, to be more exact, it was strange. It was really, really strange. It was, well, the 80s were strange. They were strange times. But, all in all, this movie is now a cult classic. And in my eyes, it's a cult classic. Now, I haven't really looked on what company made this movie, but if it's independent and it died long ago, I'm fine with at least putting this up on YouTube. But this movie is a very good cult classic, like other movies out there, like Halloween and Jason Voorhees. But it never got the same recognition as these two. This one, I think, was just so too bizarre that it just faded into obscurity after the three sequels. Well, two sequels, excuse me, because there were two sequels. Um, and I mean, the reason why it's called Basket Case is because the brother Dwayne carries a picnic basket with his Siamese brother inside of it, and it's crazy too because I love the puppet and stop motion effects on it. They use the puppetry for killing it, but they also use the stop motion effects when he causes havoc, such as, I don't know, walking on the floor with his hands or picking up a chair or a drawer and tossing it. It's a very nice style. And the puppetry effects were pretty good too. Um, I mean, if I was lucky enough to get the actual Siamese brother of Dwayne, forgot the last name of that guy, the last name of that guy's character, but Dwayne's Siamese brother, I would definitely bring it here because it's a nice, good Halloween decoration to have this kind of like creep thing on here. Also, the fact that when he stares at you like that with these red eyes, it's like, yeah, you know he's gonna hurt someone. It's like he hates the world, like how Jason hates everybody, or how Michael hates everybody. But it didn't fall into that category of slasher villain because it didn't have that much of a body count. But not only that, the sequels got weirder. And that's the same with other most 80s movies that had at least either two or three sequels. They weren't really that good than the first. And that's kind of like what I would expect. But tune in tomorrow because we are going to be looking at something that I've only looked at thanks to Monster Madness, and that, which was the start of the haunted house craze.